Chris had never been the smoothest guy when it came to women. He was shy in high school and rarely talked to girls without feeling an anxiety attack coming on. College was only slightly better since Chris managed to score a couple of drunken makeout sessions. Fresh out of college, he began hitting the nightclub scene in an attempt to actually lose his V card and for the first time get laid. Unfortunately, Chris still had little success with the ladies at nightclubs. First off, he needed 7 or 8 drinks before mustering up the courage to talk to a woman. As if his inebriated lack of social skills wasn't bad enough, Chris was about 20 pounds overweight and had arms like a middle school cross-country runner. This being said, the only thing that he ever took home from the club was his own hand. But one night, Chris was able to put all of this behind him when he spotted a plump coworker named Peggy by the bar. Now, Peggy was not a completely unfortunate-looking girl, but by no means was she a stunner. So Chris felt like he had a chance. He approached Peggy, started chatting with her, and she got him to buy her a couple of drinks. But right after finishing her second drink, Peggy said thanks and scuttled off with her friends. As if this obvious rejection wasn't bad enough, a group of guys who Chris vaguely knew from the club were at the bar too. They couldn't stop laughing at him and ridiculing how plump Peggy had used him for a drink. Fed up with being the nightclub loser who left alone again and again, Chris decided to make a big improvement in his life. He got a gym membership and began training religiously, while also using a testosterone accelerator called TestStack number 17. Chris immediately saw definition in his arms and shoulders as well as a major reduction in body fat. Not even finished with the first bottle of TestStack 17, he also experienced noticeable changes in his drive, focus, ambition, and overall confidence. After 8 weeks of using TestStack 17, Chris looked nothing like the pear-shaped geek who got turned down by mediocre girls left and right. He had thick, bulging biceps, as well as the beginnings of a six-pack, and he felt healthier and much surer of himself. Following his 2-month hiatus from the nightclub, Chris returned one night with some of the new friends he had made during his transformation. At the club, he spotted the same guys who'd laughed at him get passed over by plump Peggy. The guys came up to him and could not believe that it was the same dude. After praising Chris's dramatic transformation, the guys spotted Tiffany, who was by far the hottest girl in the entire club. One by one, they all made a pathetic pass at this hottie and were all rejected. After telling the last guy to take a hike, Tiffany began staring at Chris from across the room. With newfound confidence, he approached her, and they hit it off right away. 4 weeks later, Chris is now in a serious relationship with Tiffany and couldn't be happier. Chris hardly even recognizes his former self. The guys who dissed him now have both respect and admiration for him and wish he had time to hang so his success might rub off on them. He also runs into Peggy at the club once in a while, with Tiffany draped on his arm. Now all Peggy can think about is what she missed out on.
TestStack 17 is available at TestStackRx.com. The site is powered by Amazon.com, so you can order with your Amazon username and password, and you'll be billed by Amazon. And your investment is protected by 110% unconditional, ironclad, money-back guarantee, which means you risk absolutely nothing.